Yo, so we're here, man. What's good? I made my first 1,000 selling beats online, and this is pretty dope for me. For those that follow me, know that I recently lost my main income, my 9 to 5, and I've always made music. I've been making music for a long time, been producing for a long time, and doing it all. Rapping, DJing, producing. I really should say producing, rapping, DJing. That's the order. But I guess I've made sales before. I've definitely sold exclusive beats before. Shout out to any person who's ever purchased a beat or a verse from me or anything like that. It's really here and there. Like it's not consistent. And so I got my little cheat sheet right here to go over everything I want to talk about today with my new Beatstars account, my online market for production. I've been making music for a while long, man. Like the first time I was in the studio and made beats, I was a teenager, like 13 or something. So I ain't going. A couple decades at the end of the day. I've been making music and I love making music. I listen to all sorts of music because of hip hop. To me, hip hop and sampling got me into everything, including rock, jazz, folk music, reggae, and I just love producing. It's a therapy of mine, and so one day, what really brought this to me is my new engineer, my homie. Shout out to Ian. Um, he was just here chilling and listening to all my beats, or just a chunk of beats, and he's just like, "Man, you're sitting on a gold mine right now," and I'm like, "Thank you, like I appreciate that." He's just like, "No, like you could be making money online, selling these beats," and at first, it's just like, yeah, it's like my egoic Capricorn side is like, man, I've heard this before. It just sounds like a sales pitch. I automatically go, this is a sales pitch. Like, there's a million producers online. He's just like, no, bro, like, there are producers making a living off of BeatStars. And I knew of the company, I knew of the website when it first came out, and I probably did stick my nose up at it at first because to me, it's like, all right, the, to me, it's like, I was against selling beats online at first because I just thought of SoundClick. I had a producer friend um, that was on SoundClick and selling like mad $10 beats or whatever, $20 beats, and my beats are worth more than that. I'm not that type. Like you can get a basic license for that, but nah, I put in work in my production. I put in work in the mix. I put in work in my swing, my originality. Uh, you're not getting a generic beat from me. Never. None of my beats sound the same, and I work hard to make sure it's dope as I could possibly make it. And at first, I was against it because I think of online beat sales, and I just think 500 rappers buying a $10 beat. And that's cool. That's income, but I'm not like I don't make $10 beats at the end of the day. So he said, check out BeatStars. Now, mind you, of course, like I'm in this in between spot because I live in Brooklyn. I live in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and it's not cheap to live out here. I don't live with my parents, and I'm pretty much by myself when it comes to support myself. It's been this way, nothing new, but like not having a job is tough, and a lot of signs are pointing towards me being an entrepreneur, and this is something I do every day. Like me making music. If I'm not making music, I get depressed. Like I fall into a deep depression if I'm not constantly creating. I feel pointless on this planet if I'm not creating music. And and what brought me into it, obviously being unemployed. But then I saw that there are legit producers on there. You can set your price of buying an exclusive beat. And like I said, I've sold exclusive beats, and when artists want to link with me, I tell them my price, which is 250, to 200. It just depends, 200 to 250, 300, like for an exclusive beat, which means you have the sole right to basically use that beat for production, and we share publishing. And when I saw that, you can kind of set your price, and the way contracts and everything were worked out on BeatStars, I was like, this, it opened my eyes. And of course, the universe, God, placing me in this in between situation for me to even be this motivated. Because maybe if I had my job, I was comfortable, I was still making music, but I wouldn't have went so hard on the business if I didn't get put into this position. And so another thing too that I was doing, sitting on all this production. I mean, I lost 200 beats when I was using FL Studio in college. I lost 200 beats I'll never hear again. It's just like beats are every, like I in a perfect world, I would love to make 1 to 3 beat, 3 to 4 or 5 beats a day. That would be grand for me. And sitting on a bunch of beats, I've had some OG producers, Grammy Award winning producers. I've come across some people, OGs in the game, and one of them specifically that I'm thinking of, I was just like, man, like, how'd you get all these placements in the 90s and early 2000s? And he was just like, he got connected, he knows people, and then when you get called to that studio, you just better have some shit ready. You better be ready. You better be ready to play some fire, and be ready when that phone call happens, or put yourself in these situations. And I guess for a while I've had this mentality like, oh, I'm saving this beat for such and such. And I remember this one time, and shout out to Crutch Calhoun, who's killing it right now out of Jersey. And this is a moment right here where it was just like, had close with his old management, and Crutch is a popping artist out of Jersey right now. And we know of each other. We've done business together. We opened up for Dave East once upon a time, and we're leaving the show. His managers are dropping us off, and I'm playing beats in the car. And I played this one particular beat. I was like, yo, this is my baby. And I already collabed with Crutch, at the end of the day, but looking to see what more collabs we can make happen. And I played a beat, and they were like, man, I love this. And before I even played it, I told them, like, yo, like, I'm waiting to meet Rick Ross. Like, I'm saving this beat for Rick Ross. And Crutch is like, man, I like this beat, and this, that, and the other. And fast forward now, Crutch is signed, I believe. Yeah, I'm sure he has a management deal or something going on. He's touring with Davies, and he's killing it. And of course, like, he working with artists that are moving and shaking and getting publishing and whatnot, whatever, like, that's the goal. It's like, either I'm selling it or working with artists that's gonna bring the brand up even more. And Crutch is doing way better now, and that's an opportunity where it's like, I don't even remember what this beat sounds like. I don't know the name of it, but whatever year that was that he asked for that beat, in my head I was like, I'm waiting to meet Rick Ross and then play it for Rose and shit. And I haven't met Rick Ross, and I haven't played it for him. So that beat was just sitting there collecting digital dust. And there are folders, and I probably have 300 beats just sitting here, and from 7 years ago, that's still fire. And if I just mix it and tweak it a little bit, like, it is still fire, but I sat around waiting for these opportunities to meet artists and play it for them or get a placement and this, that, and the other. And I've had, a couple opportunities here and there, MTV placement, shit like that, little stuff. But Malcolm on Twitter, shout out to everybody supporting that. I produced that record as well, and that's on the radio and stuff like that happening, which is cool. But I decided to sign up for Beatstars, and basically, I'm so happy right now, man. Like, it's daunting because as I'm making sales, it's hard to apply to them jobs, but it's not making enough money to pay for my income. If I made $1,000 a week on BeatStars, then I'd be okay. I'd be living pretty humbly in Brooklyn. But that's not the deal just yet. But the fact that I even hit this mark, which isn't exactly 1,000, but we rounding up into 2020. We rounding up. I've made some good money because my exclusives are 200 to 250, and it only takes like 5 beats, and getting to that mark, this fast was pretty lit, man. So, anyways, I just want to run down some things. What do I bring to the table? My swing. I got that swing for sale. I got that. I got that originality for sale. Um, and I'll be real. I'm not really the type to produce that smash hit record. You know, maybe so. I can't say that either. That's bullshit. But I'm definitely like that dude that's gonna make some real music for you. And some artists have said like, oh, when I'm ready for the album, you make some great album cuts, whatever you want to call it. I make great music, and I make all sorts of music from sampled to not sampled, and from music for video games, music for movies, TV shows, social media, like whatever. Support my BeatStars account because my goal now is to make this my main source of income. Just selling beats online and building my brand as a producer, and that's what I bring to the table. So the first couple weeks, it was slow, and at first, my whole apprehension behind it too is just like I don't make those typical trap beats that people are what I think are looking for, you know. I have my style and I have my history and music and I range. I'm an old millennial, but I still like I come from late '90s hip hop um, to this new age music, and I'm versatile. Like I'm into all of that. Whether it's like the MF Doom style, the Madlib style, Alchemist type stuff, or if we're talking like the trap stuff, the Tyler the Creator type music, or Neptunes, whatever. Like I I'm a fan of all of that. So that's where my inspiration comes from. These last 30 years of music and beyond. Because my range. I mean, I love music going back to the '70s, to be quite honest. And again, artists, filmmakers, YouTubers, hit me up. Hit up my BeatStars account. YouTube won't allow copyrighted music in your page, and if you're a YouTuber, you will get flagged. So it's like support my business and also get original music for your videos. Um, so yeah, uh, my goal is to make a business out of this, like I said. And I just wanted to put that out there that I officially have my BeatStars account up after all these years of making music, and I haven't even uploaded. I don't. I mean, I haven't even uploaded 5% of the music that I have just sitting here and waiting for that opportunity. Man, music happens every day for me. Every time I'm inspired, uh, I'll go on a tangent and just make 10 beats in a day, and as much as I feel like, oh, this is the hottest beat I've made, and I'll never make a beat this hot again. It's just like I'll make it again. I'll make something better. My mixes get better. I run into people like my new engineer who's helping my sound get better, and the one who convinced me to get on this BeatStar wave. So I'm thrilled. I'm happy, especially to be unemployed and living in a fancy apartment, and having those daunting, depressed moments where I'm just like, how am I gonna survive out here? I'm a Capricorn, like we bought our bread, we're depressed if we're not making income. And all the artists that's ever hit me up, anyone that's ever hit me up for production, this is just a surefire way to support me. If you want a basic lease and you just want to spend that type of money, or if you want to purchase the beat for yourself and for you to use it exclusively, those options are available. And I have everything from boom bap to trap sounding stuff to dark chords, them schoolboy Q type beats. I have like everything, man. Every kind of beat. I have a house beat up there. I have an Afro beat up there. And I will be collabing with other producers and musicians to upload production. So, and the way, I might need to make a whole nother video for the way it happened, but honestly, I only have 10 followers, and I think I have like 700 plays, and I made pretty much $1,000 from the algorithm of BeatStars. And all the doubts that I had of just like, all the doubts that I had of, oh, am I the type producer for the internet and shit like that? Um, People want good music. You know, some random, my first customer is some random guy in Louisiana, uh, and and then it's just like random people that want my sound. They hear it, they know it's different, and they purchase and take out their card and actually buy my music. Uh, I made some money in music as an artist and selling merch, but this is the most exciting thing I've experienced. Getting that notification, that Beatstar notification, and saying congratulations, such and such just made a purchase. Man, like that's my dream. That's my goal. I want to be on a beach in Ghana, making beats, and paying my bills and living comfortable off of production, because I truly love it, man. And yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. So share this link with anyone that you know, that needs production. Again, movie makers, film, television, artists, hip hop, trap, R&B, whatever. Send it around. Send this link around. The link will be in my bio to my BeatStars account. Shout out to BeatStars, and be fly, stay hungry. I go by the name of Passport Rav. Peace.